Is the habit only a state of mind?
Drifting is nothing but a negative state of mind, a state of mind conspicuous by its emptiness of purpose.
Welcome back to River Queen Conjure, NoNarcNetwork TV, Badass Witch exclusive, and Oshun exclusive. I am the Oracle, Oshun. This is lesson 29 of Dissecting the Devil, my people. Let's get it.
What effective procedure may one follow in establishing an environment most helpful in developing and maintaining positive thought habits?
The most effective of all environments is that which may be created by a friendly alliance of a group of people who will obligate themselves to assist one another in achieving the object of some definite purpose.
Earth, air, fire, water, water, air, earth, air, fire.
This sort of an alliance is known as a mastermind. Through its operation, one may associate himself with carefully chosen individuals, each of whom brings to the alliance some knowledge, experience, education, plan, or idea suited to his needs in carrying out the object of his definite purpose.
It is better that you should rush upon this blade than enter the circle with fear in your heart. How do you enter?
With perfect love and perfect trust.
The most successful leaders in all walks of life avail themselves of this sort of made-to-order environmental influence. Outstanding achievement is impossible without the friendly cooperation of others.
It is better that you should rush upon this blade than enter this circle with fear in your heart. How do you enter?
With perfect love and perfect trust.
Stating the truth in another way, successful people must control their environment.
It is better that you should rush upon this blade than enter this circle with fear in your heart. How do you enter? With perfect love and perfect trust, trust.
Thereby ensuring themselves against the influence of a negative environment.
That's a girl. As above, so below.
What of people whose duty to relatives makes it impossible for them to avoid the influence of a negative environment?
Get your big ass in here.
No human being owes another any degree of duty which robs him of his privilege of building his thought habits in a positive environment.
My name is Clarice Precious Jones. I want to be on the cover of a magazine. But first I want to be in one of them BET videos.
On the other hand, every human being is duty-bound to himself to remove from his environment every influence which even remotely tends to develop negative thought habits.
Isn't this a cold-blooded philosophy?
Only the strong survive.
My favorite color is purple. I sing well, and I'm here because I love to teach.
I'm Joanne. My favorite color is fluorescent beige, and I'm here to get my GED.
Clarice, something you do well?
Nothing.
Everybody's good at something.
No one can be strong without removing himself from all influences which develop negative thought habits.
You gonna stand up there and look down at me like you're a woman? You don't know what real women do. Real women sacrifice. Now smile about that, you fat bitch. Get down here.
Negative thought habits result in the loss of the privilege of self-determination, no matter what or who may cause those habits. Positive thought habits may be controlled by the individual and made to serve his aims and purposes.
Ready?
Wow.
I got you?
Yeah. It's real.
And so much simpler than going to a salon.
Yeah, really shitty salon.
Yeah, you try it. Amazing.
Wait, watch.
Negative thought habits control the individual and deprive him of the privilege of self-determination.
Nobody wants you, don't nobody need you. School ain't gonna help none. Take your ass down to the welfare.
16, you're still in junior high school, and you're pregnant with your second child. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about home?
I deduce from all you have said that those who control the environmental influences out of which their thought habits are built are masters of their earthly destinies, and that all others are mastered by earthly destinies. Is that stating the matter correctly?
Perfectly stated.
What establishes one's thought habits?
All habits are established because of inherent or acquired desires.
All habits are established by inherent or acquired desires, okay? The key word here being desires, okay?
Or motives.
An example of a habit one might acquire due to a motive you might have would be something like, developing a habit of taking potential business prospects or investors out to lunch as a way of coercing them or, developing a rapport in order to secure a deal or a contract, okay?
That is, habits are begun as the result of some form of definite desire.
What takes place in the physical brain while one is forming thought habits?
Desires are organized impulses of energy, called thoughts. Desires that are mixed with emotional feeling magnetize the brain cells in which they are stored and prepare those cells to be taken over and directed by the law of hypnotic rhythm.
Okay, so I'm going to use the word thoughts to break this down rather than desires, because I want you to understand that this law works whether you're thinking about what you do want or what you don't want, okay? So basically what he's saying is that the thoughts that are fueled by the strongest emotion, be that positive or negative emotion, literally turn the brain cells in which the thought is stored into a literal magnet for the thing that you're thinking about. So the best way to keep those things that you fear from manifesting is to fear not. Okay, because worry, fear, those are strong emotions, which would be a powerful fuel for a thought that you would be holding about something that you don't want to manifest. Okay, so what we want to do is to think only of that which you intend to create. Okay.
When any thought appears in the brain or is created there and is mixed with keen emotional feeling of desire, the law of hypnotic rhythm begins at once to translate it into its physical counterpart.
So once you make a decision and stay focused on it, the universe conspires to make it happen for you.
Dominating thoughts, which are acted upon first by the law of hypnotic rhythm, are those with which are mixed the strongest desires and the most intense feelings.
So once again, the thoughts that hypnotic rhythm takes a hold of and makes permanent in your reality are the ones that you feel most strongly about, okay? And again, it does not matter whether you're feeling the feeling of fear, worry, or you're feeling joy and excitement. Hypnotic rhythm is going to grab the thoughts that are backed by the strongest emotion and turn those into a reality in your world, okay?
Thought habits are established by the repetition of the same thoughts.
What are the most impelling basic motives or desires which inspire thought action?
The 10 most common motives, those which inspire most of one's physical action, are these: the desire for sex expression and love, the desire for physical food, the desire for spiritual, mental, and physical self-expression, the desire for perpetuation of life after death, the desire for power over others, the desire for material wealth, the desire for knowledge, the desire to imitate others.
Rock and I were raised with so many of the same values.
Like when Melania Trump literally stole the words out of Michelle Obama's mouth.
Like, you work hard for what you want in life. that your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
My parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise.
That you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect. They taught and showed me values and morals in their daily life. That is a lesson that I continue to pass along to our son. And we need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow.
And Barack and I set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation, because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
Typical narcissistic behavior, okay? So just pay attention to the narc in your life and see, if they're not mimicking and hating on your ass at the same damn time. Okay?
The desire to excel others.
Honestly, it looked like 1.5 million people. It went all the way back to the Washington Monument.
Wrong.
The 7 basic fears. These are the dominating motives which inspire the majority of all human endeavors.
What about the negative desires, such as greed, envy, avarice, jealousy, anger? Are these not expressed more often than any of the positive desires?
All negative desires are nothing but frustrations of positive desires. They are inspired by some form of defeat, failure, or neglect by human beings to adapt themselves to nature's laws in a positive way.
Because when you do learn to adapt yourself to nature's laws in a positive way, you can turn the cosmic wheel in your favor. Okay?
That's a new slant on the subject of negative thoughts. If I correctly understand what you have said, all negative thoughts are inspired by one's neglect or failure to adapt oneself harmoniously to nature's laws. Is that correct?
That is exactly correct. Nature will not tolerate idleness or vacuums of any sort. All space must be and is filled with something.
So nature does not tolerate idleness or a vacuum of any sort. And so if you choose, like most narcissists do, not to do what's necessary in order to fill yourself with higher vibratory frequencies, then by nature you will be filled with lower vibratory frequencies, okay? And so though this mind appears to be empty, the devil's greatest trick was to convince the world that he did not exist. However, anyone who has dealt with a narcissist firsthand for any amount of time would beg to differ. Okay?
Everything in existence, of both a physical and a spiritual nature, must be and is constantly in motion. The human brain is no exception. It was created to receive, organize, specialize, and express the power of thought. When the individual does not use the brain for the expression of positive, creative thoughts, nature fills the vacuum by forcing the brain to act upon negative thoughts.
Which further proves my theory that the narcissist is more than just antisocial, which I think most people misunderstand to mean that they don't want to be around other people. They don't want to socialize. But having antisocial personality disorder simply means that these people are determined to not only go against all of the norms and rules of society, but to also cause as much chaos, pain, misery, fear, and destruction as they are allowed to get away with. So these people are not antisocial. They are antisocial order, meaning that they are hardwired to go against social order, okay? And not only that, but to cause as much chaos and destruction in it as they can. Further proving my theory again that narcissistic personality disorder is more than just a personality disorder, but it is a form of demonic possession. Okay?
There can be no idleness in the brain. Understand this principle, and you will come into a new and important understanding of the part environmental influences take in the lives of human beings.
The things that you absorb from your environment affect your thoughts, and your thoughts create your reality, which is why it is essential that we surround ourselves with things that are conducive to our growth and our expansion. If we don't make a conscious effort to, fill our minds with the things that we want, then our minds will be filled with what's flowing through the airwaves, okay, which is mostly low vibratory energies, which can be equated to devil energy, okay? And so don't become that idle mind, which would be the playground that the devil plays in, because not only does the mind become the playground of the devil, the mind is also the battlefield where you will have to fight the devil for possession of your own mind. The narcissist, however, unfortunately, has already lost that battle. Okay?
You will better understand also how the law of hypnotic rhythm operates, it being the law which keeps everything and everyone constantly moving through some form of expression of either negative or positive principles.
So this is the black and white image that has traditionally been used in different variations to hypnotize or mesmerize people. Black and white representing the yin and yang energy that we have access to in this dimension, okay? God and devil energy, okay? So the devil sees this as a competition, okay, for souls, okay? And so basically, the devil has many vices to get the human being trapped within the illusion, okay? Even with the game of chess, you have this pattern. Like I said, the pattern of black and white is in many different variations. Lots of subliminal suggestions are also being implanted into the minds of humanity via the music, the movies, education, religion, and social media. Okay, so it was these subliminal thoughts that got you trapped in the game of chess between God and the devil to begin with. And so the way to escape the illusion is to replace those thoughts with thoughts that vibrate higher, thereby reversing the direction that you've been going in energetically, systematically leading you out of the matrix. This next portion of the lesson is a subliminal that you can use to replace the negative thoughts that you are going to be releasing as you rise in frequency, okay? And the quality of your thoughts becomes more refined. This works on the subconscious mind because this is where the devil has planted his seeds, and so this is where they must be uprooted from. Because repetition was used to create the traps, it will also be used to get out of it. I suggest using headphones and listening to this while you're meditating or falling asleep so that your subconscious mind is more accessible. I also suggest joining Badass Witch Exclusive or Oshun Exclusive to experience the full version of this reverse hypnotic rhythm meditation. Okay.
I am am definite in my thinking. I am definite in my desires. I am definite in my aims. I am definite in positivity. I am definite in my habits. I am definite in my life purpose. I am definite in that I so desire now. I am pure, focused on my desires. I am strong in mind and will. I am definite in my desires. I am definite in my purpose. I am definite in my thinking. I am definite in my desires. I am definite in my aims. I am definite in positivity. I am definite in my habits. I am definite in my life purpose. I am definite in that I so desire now. I am pure, focused on my desires.
Or you can go find the meditation on YouTube and listen to it without the benefit of my wonderful commentary. Okay, this has been lesson 29, my people. I will catch you guys at lesson 30. Thank you all for your support. Once again, if you'd like to join Badass Witch Exclusive or Oshun Ajay Exclusive, where you will have exclusive access to our private Emerald Tablet book study, as well as the private NoNarcNetwork and other things that we have going on behind the scenes, click the links in the description. Also, the links to donate through Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal are also there, and the super chat button is always on. Okay, so until we meet again, my people, peace.